So Chef, what are we making?
Today we're going to be making some battered shrimp.
And it looks like we've got some spring mix there.
Yes, we do.
And what else is in this?
So we have some shrimp, some breadcrumbs, a little bit of spring mix, some lemon juice.
Well, let's
salt.
get cooking.
Yeah. So first we're going to start off with getting our pan set up to medium heat, add in a little bit of olive oil, just a tiny bit. Now while that's warming up, I'm going to batter our shrimp.
And when you talk about battering shrimp, what does that mean?
Battering traditionally is having a flour and an egg wash and a little bit of breadcrumbs. But since we're in California, I'm going to give it a California feel and have it just be with breadcrumbs.
So it's going to be lighter.
It's going to be much lighter.
I see. So this is the California shrimp.
This is the California shrimp. That is correct.
Got it. Okay, great.
So here, let me get a couple more in here.
So this is just breadcrumbs.
This is just breadcrumbs. Yeah, it's got a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper.
But it seems to be sticking on there just fine.
Yeah, it's got enough moisture to stick the breadcrumbs on. We're going to add in a little bit of pepper.
Delicious.
Since our pan is hot, ready to go, you want to very carefully place it on the pan. It's starting to cook. Now you want to cook these for about 1 to 2 minutes on each side. Thank you, Pam. You want to give them enough room in between so they cook evenly.
And they're small, so they should cook up, very quickly.
Yeah, they're smaller shrimp, so they'll cook up pretty quick.
There they go. They're starting to sizzle.
Yeah. So while that's gonna cook, I'm gonna mix in our spring mix with a little bit of lemon juice vinaigrette. So I have a little bit of lemon juice, olive oil, and a little bit of brown sugar, but that's optional.
And where do you get spring mix?
Spring mix you can actually get at pretty much any local grocery store, or any local store will have it.
It looks nice. It's got a whole bunch of different kinds of lettuce in there. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's a combination of 3 different lettuces. So we're gonna mix this a little bit.
Now, how did you come up with this recipe?
I was eating breakfast at the very famous Paris Fisherman's Market, and they had a battered shrimp recipe on the menu that I tried.
So you were eating fresh shrimp in Paris.
Yes, I was eating fresh shrimp in Paris. And they had, let me turn these over really quick.
And this was the same recipe they used for their battered shrimp?
They used a traditional batter. So they used it with an egg wash and some flour. And then after trying their fresh shrimp, I decided to give it a California feel and just have it with breadcrumbs.
I see. So this is California shrimp.
This is California shrimp, yes.
With spring mix.
With spring mix, yes.
Got it. Well, it smells really good. It looks delicious. I'm surprised that the breadcrumbs are, staying on there so nicely.
Well, the shrimp are very moist, so what they'll do is they'll tend to attract a lot of the breadcrumbs, and that's the same thing with the more traditional mix.
So you really don't need to have the egg wash at all.
I mean, it's for a traditional recipe you should, but you don't have to. It's not necessary. So I think we're about actually ready to plate.
Okay, great.
So,
well, here we go.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with get a little bit of our spring mix. You don't want to put in too much, just a little bit.
So a little bed of lettuce.
A little bed of lettuce.
Got
yes.
it.
We don't have to have a lot. Now for our shrimp, just want to kind of just set that on there. If you hand me another plate, I'll show you how to do it with a little bit of garnish.
Okay, a little fancier.
A little fancier, yes. So we're going to do essentially almost the same thing. Just add in a little bit. Again, a little bit of lettuce.
This does seem like it would be a very nice kind of summer or springtime meal because it's not going to be too heavy.
It's not going to be too heavy, and it really, if you could have a little bit more shrimp, you could have a little bit less shrimp, you could have more salad if that's
it's going to be easy cleup too because you're not using your egg wash.
Yeah. So the other thing that we're going to do is I have lemon wedges here. You want to include a side of a lemon wedge.
Oh, so that's your garnish. I see.
Hold on a second. And then a little bit of the...
Making it fancy.
Yeah, just the little things. It's the little things that count. Here you go.
Okay, so here it is with a garnish.
And here it is just by itself, just to kind of give you an idea of what 10 to 20 seconds of just plating will do.
It looks beautiful. And so here is our battered shrimp with spring mix. And if you'd like this recipe or any of our previous recipes are all posted on our website at www.chefarsini.com. That's www.chefarsini.com. And got it to taste?
Yep.
All right, well, thank you. And of course, please send any recipes you would like to see on our show to suggestions@chefarsini.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Pam.
And I'm Arsini, and I am the People's Chef. Eat well and be well.